Hi friends, welcome to Career Zone. In today's session, we will discuss about KVPY. Most of you may not have any idea about this particular examination. So, if you are in 11th standard, 12th standard, or in first year BSc course, you should know about this particular examination if you want to pursue your education in the research field or if you are really interested in research. KVPY, it is Kishore Vaikhanik Protsahan Yojana, as the name suggests, right? Vaikhanik Protsahan Yojana. So this promote students in the research field. It's a national program of fellowship in basic sciences. It is initiated and funded by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It started in the year 1999. Once it is started by the Department of Science and Technology, now it is under the control of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So this is considered as India's one of the most premier research institute, IISc, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So it conducts this particular examination. This exam aimed at encouraging students to take up research careers in the areas of basic science. So the selection is based on two steps. One is the aptitude test and second one is the personal interview. Aptitude test is having 75% weightage, whereas the personal interview is having 25% weightage. Okay, the personal interview is having 25% weightage. Now you should know about the exam pattern. So this exam is conducted for three streams of students. We will call them as SA, XX and SB. SA stream exam is for the class 11 students. XS stream is for the class 12 students. And SB stream is for the first year BSc students. Now the exam pattern will differ. Moving on to the next session, we will discuss about the examination pattern. The mode of exam, that is online. We have 4 sessions in the exam. If it is essay section, the exam is conducted out of 100 marks, whereas for SB or XX, it is conducted out of 160 marks. It is a 3-hour exam. Okay. If you are in class 11, maybe you are in a state board syllabus, ICSE syllabus or in CBSE syllabus, you can write this exam. Then you have to write the essay stream. Once it comes to essay stream, we have all 4 subjects that is compulsory. You have to select mathematics, physics, chemistry and biology. So the students who have not taken biology, it will be difficult for them to write this exam in the 11th standard. For the PCMB students, this exam will be quite easy. The total number of questions in the essay stream is 80. It is divided into 2 parts. We have part 1 and part 2. Part 1, we have total 60 questions, 15 from each subject. Whereas when it comes to part 2, we have 5 questions from each subject. Okay, in part 2, we have 5 questions from each subject. So total we have 20 questions in part 2. When it comes to part 1, per question 1 mark they will be giving. So 60 question total into 1, we are getting 60 marks. Whereas when it comes to part 2, we have 5 questions from each subject. So total we have 20 questions, per question 2 marks. So it is out of 40 marks. 60 plus 40, the total paper is out of 100 marks. In part 1, per wrong answer, you will be losing 0.05 marks. That means 1/4 of the mark you will be losing. Whereas when it comes to part 2, you will be losing 0.5 marks. Once again, it is 1/4. Okay. So it's an entrance platform. This exam is considered a little bit tough compared to JEE Main because most of the students who are writing this KVPY exam, they are not able to clear this exam, but what I have seen, they will be clearing the JEE main exam. But this is not tough when compared to JEE advanced. It is not so tough. Now, when it comes to essay stream, total we have 80 questions, 60 plus 20. All questions are mandatory. Okay. Now we will discuss about the XS or SB stream. SX means the students who are in 12th standard, they can write. SB means the students who are in the first year degree. This paper is out of 160. Here the main advantage, you will get two options. Either you can select physics, chemistry, maths, or you can select physics, chemistry, biology, right? So the students who have not taken biology in the plus 2 level, they also can attempt this test paper. So we have total 80 questions. Once again, the paper is having two parts, part 1 and part 2. In part 1, we have 80 questions. In that, the students can select any 3 subjects and they can write it out of, correct, 60. 60 questions only they have to write. The same way, when it comes to part 2, they have to select only 2 subjects and they can write 20 questions. Okay, so it will be out of 20 into 2, 40 marks. Okay, but the total paper is out of 160. But you will be writing any 3 subjects. You will be writing any 3 subjects from part 1 and any 2 subjects from part 2. Okay, so you will be writing any 3 subjects from part 1 and any 2 subjects from part 2. In part 1, 1 mark will be awarded for every correct answer and you will be losing 0.25 mark per wrong answer. Whereas when it comes to part 2, per question, just like essay stream, per question will be given 2 marks and you will be losing 0.5 mark per wrong answer. Okay, so we discussed about the exam pattern. When it comes to essay stream, the paper is out of 100 marks and all the 4 subjects, physics, chemistry, maths, biology, you have to attempt. When it comes to XS or SB stream, right? What is the speciality? You can select any 3 subjects. That's the main advantage. Okay. Moving on to the next session, we will discuss about the second stage. So as I told you in the beginning, right? We have 2 steps. First step, you have to clear the aptitude test, which is having 75% weightage. The second stage, you will be clearing the interview, which is having 25% weightage. Okay, now what type of questions you have to expect in the interview round? You can expect some personal information, just like introduce yourself, just tell something about your family. Then they can check your attitude. They can ask some general knowledge questions. Now they can ask questions from educational topics. So what I came to know that in the interview room, there will be a board. Some questions they will ask you to explain using the board. Because I have seen that some of my students who have attempted this interview and they have cleared, they told me this. This is for your information. So interview, as I told you, it can come from educational topics, personal information, general knowledge and aptitude. Okay. Now, don't think that direct biology questions, direct physics questions, they will be asking. No, they will be asking some twisted type of questions just to check your understanding in that particular subject, because they are selecting you for a research field, right? So the person who is thorough in that particular subject can only pursue his career in the research. So this is what they are going to check in the interview level. Next, it is about the eligibility. So if you are in 11th standard, then 10th standard, in the board exam, you have to get minimum 75% mark. Then only you are eligible to write this essay exam. If you are in 11th standard, this is applicable. But if you are in 12th standard, then you should have scored 75% in the class 11. If you are in 12th standard, you should have scored 75% mark in the 11th standard. Whereas if you are in first BSc, then you should have scored 75% mark in the class 12 board examination. This is the first criteria. So 75% mark in the exam, right? That is compulsory. Now, After that, you can write your test. Then you cleared your interview. You have been selected for the scholarship. But you will be getting your scholarship if you cleared your exam with 60% mark. That means you are in 11th standard. You got 75% mark in 10th standard. Right? Now in class 11 mark, after the exam, you should have scored 60% aggregate in the science subject. That is compulsory. This 75% mark also, it is based on the mathematics and science only. Okay. This is first criteria. And second criteria, if you are going to pursue your career after 12th in engineering field or medical field or in law field or any other field, then you will not be getting the scholarship. This scholarship is only for the students who are going to BSc stream, BS or B statistics, mathematics, or integrated MSc or integrated MS. Integrated MS means the 5-year program, degree plus PG together. So if you pursue a career only in basic science, then only you will be given this scholarship. Otherwise, they will withdraw your scholarship. Okay, you can start getting your scholarship once you join with the undergraduate course. Having secured a minimum of 75% marks in aggregate in mathematics and science subject in the examination immediately in the preceding academic year. So I have explained this part. If you are in 11th standard, 10th standard, you must have scored 75% mark. If you are in 12th standard, 11th standard, you might have scored 75%. Now, if you are in first BSc, means you should have got 75% mark in your 12th standard board examination. The fellowship will be activated only if they join an undergraduate course in basic science, BSc, BS, B statistics, BSc mathematics, integrated MSc, integrated MS, after having secured a minimum of 60% marks in aggregate in science subjects in the 12th standard board examination. Next, it is important to know about the KVPY syllabus, right? So KVPY syllabus, you can depend on the NCERT books. Okay, the CBSE syllabus we will normally tell, that is the NCERT books. So if you are from Kerala or if you are from Karnataka, for the state syllabus also we are using the same NCERT books. Okay, so ICSE students also, it's better to concentrate on the NCERT books. Now, when you are writing exam in 11th standard, then you should be thorough in the class 10 and class 11 syllabus. If you are writing exam in the 12th standard, then you should be thorough in the class 10, class 11 and class 12 syllabus. If you are writing the exam in first BSc, then you should be thorough in the class 10, class 12 and first year UG course syllabus. I hope this part is clear. Now, if you are from any other syllabus, then check the sequence of chapters in NCERT syllabus. So it will help you to understand the topics. Now, always expect this exam is tougher compared to JEE Main. And if you are getting trained for the JEE Main examination or the NEET examination, then that will be more than enough. Okay, those type of questions only normally come for this KVPY also, but the questions are a little bit harder. Okay, so the students who are actually getting trained for the JEE Main or medical entrance, it's better always try KVPY also. Now about the rewards. You will be getting scholarship once you clear your KVPY aptitude test and interview. Once you join with your first year degree course, undergraduate course, you will start getting your scholarship. The scholarship will be awarded for 5 years, or you will be getting up to the pre-PhD level, whichever comes first based on that. Okay, whichever comes first, based on that you will be getting the scholarships. Why? Because once you enter into the research field for the PhD, you will be getting another type of scholarship based on the university where you are writing your PhD entrance. The KVPY fellows will receive rupees 5,000 monthly fellowship from first to third year of BSc, Bachelor of Science, integrated MS, MSc, and an annual contingency grant of rupees 20,000. Okay. After 3 years of fellowship, this amount is enhanced to 7,000 per month during the MSc or the 4th and 5th year of integrated MSc or MS program. After 3 years, this fellowship is enhanced to 7,000 per month during the MSc, 4th and 5th year of integrated MS or MSc. So the KVPY fellows receive rupees 5,000 monthly fellowship from 1st to 3rd year of BSc, BS, integrated MS or MSc program, and an annual contingency grant of rupees 20,000. After 3 years, the fellowship is enhanced to rupees 7,000 per month during MSc or 4th and 5th year of integrated MS or MSc, and an annual contingency grant of rupees 28,000. So that means if you are in your degree first year, you will be getting 5,000 rupees up to 3rd year. If you have taken the integrated courses, that means the first 3 years, you will be getting this 5,000 rupees. Once you go to your 4th year and 5th year of the integrated program, you will be getting 7,000 rupees per month. Now, if you have taken normal degree and you are going for PG, that time also you will get the 7,000 per month in PG classes. Okay, but this scholarship is available up to 5 years or up to pre-PhD level, whichever comes first. Based on that only the scholarship will be given. Now, in addition to this, you can get admission into the various prestigious institutions of India. Just like if you are a KVPY scholar, you can get admission to undergraduate science courses of BSc in IISc, Indian Institute of Science, or IISER, Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, IIST, Indian Institute of Space Technology, IIIT, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad, and CVCE with fellowship during basic science studies. Now you are getting free entry into all national libraries in India. Okay, and a KVPY scholar, just like an Olympiad scholar, that recognition will be always there. Okay, so in today's session, I have given you an idea about the KVPY examination. If you are in your 11th standard, 12th standard, or in your degree first year, and you want to continue your career in the research field, always just give a try to KVPY exam. And thanks a lot for listening to my session. I hope you are able to follow my today's session. Thank you.